Recent studies have shown that approximately 68% of Americans die with or without a will or trust. In California, that means a costly probate process. And joining us now to talk about estate planning and talking to your loved ones more about wealth, Vice President Financial Advisor at CapTrust, Catherine McCall. Thank you so much for joining us.
Sorry that the subject is so depressing.
You know what though, but here's the thing though, and that kind of actually prevents a lot of people from actually bringing up the subject, but it is very necessary. So let's start with who needs a will and a trust. Why is it so important?
If you're a person with a pulse and you have stuff, I think you need a will and trust.
Okay, there we go.
If you have anything that's worth protecting and that you have any feelings about giving to someone else, you might want to consider that will and trust. We also live in the state of California, which is a high probate cost place. So everything is set statutorily. Maybe you own a home and it's based off of the market value that they cost out the fees for probate if you don't have someone set up as the beneficiary to that asset.
Okay, so what would you tell folks about how you go about the process of writing these trusts?
Not a fan of using the internet to do your trust.
What?
I know, shocking. I'm a fan of some of the wonderful estate planning attorneys in our area that do a great job. They'll sit you down and take a look at all of your assets and figure out what needs to go into a trust, what could be falling under the will, making sure that you have beneficiaries for all of your accounts, because if the asset doesn't know where it goes, off it goes to probate.
Okay, so some folks may leave it to people, but even if they have descendants, they might also choose to leave some, if not everything, to charities. So what's the guideline there?
You know, charities are a wonderful way to actually be tax efficient with your gifting, even if you have kind of a mix in mind of like, I want to give money to kids, but also to charities. Charities are a great beneficiary for an IRA because there's no tax ramifications to them receiving that money, versus your kids that receive an IRA are actually going to pay ordinary income taxes for 10 years on that money. So there's really nice options for that as well. But your estate planning attorney can help you structure the estate to make sure that you're actually giving the right asset to the right person, also at the right time of their life, because not everybody is going to benefit from receiving your money. I know that sounds weird, but sometimes actually being prepared for that asset in terms of financial maturity, in terms of having it written in a way that is going to benefit them ultimately, is really important. So that's where the attorney can sit down and look and make sure, hey, Johnny, who maybe hasn't had a job in 10 years, probably doesn't need your $200,000 in outright. Maybe he needs it in a trust. Maybe it needs to be protected, and maybe there needs to be some more protections on there.
And that's the thing, right? Those lump sums, depending on how large it is, can also affect someone, especially if somebody might be a little bit older, might be on Medicaid, Medicare, anything like that.
Special needs trusts, things like that.
Absolutely. So, lastly, and this might be one of the most difficult aspects of it all, how do you bring up the conversation of just talking about this with your loved ones?
This is a taboo subject for a lot of people, and I'm a fan of openness and transparency. You don't have to tell them, hey, you're going to get a $300,000 check from me when I'm gone. But I think talking more openly about your values when it comes to your money and having the conversation of what you intend any inheritance that they receive, those values to be. Let's say, hey, I really want to make sure that you use my money on my grandkids for college, or our family is really involved with the SPCA charities, and we want to make sure that a portion of your money goes to that if that's also important to you. But if you can't crack open that conversation, I think that you're going to end up giving with a cold hand instead of a warm hand, which is a very dark statement, you guys.
No, it is, but again, the very thing is get that conversation going.
That's right.
All right, Catherine, I always appreciate your time. Thanks for stopping by.
Here.
All right, Brandy, back to you.